razor was probably the most important single development in double-edged shaving. I'm going to be shaving with a Mexican-made Gillette Tech that was made in the 1970s. There are many different types of Gillette Techs. They were made in the United States, Canada, Britain, Germany, Argentina, and Mexico. As the years went on, there were little differences. During the war, when there was a shortage of metals, they used Bakelite. They've used several combinations of metal handles, several thicknesses and handles. They've had gold-plated techs, travel techs, whatever. The Mexican tech is kind of interesting because they made a few subtle changes so that they could produce it a little cheaper but still have a good effect and a good product. So this is a tech from the 1930s, early 40s. If you notice, it has a bar across and tabs on both sides. And the idea is the razor blade will sit across the bar and the tabs will secure both sides of the blade, and that keeps the blade even and flush on both sides, those two tabs. And the bar will sink into the bottom plate, and you see there's two holes in the bottom plate. Now by doing that, by the bottom plate putting pressure in the middle, and you can see the bar sticking out of the two holes, with the bottom plate putting pressure in the middle of the blade is curved down on an angle. So there you have a perfectly flushed razor on an angle, and it was the first Gillette with a straight safety bar. So what you have is a blade on an angle, perfectly flush, and this is the formula for the excellent shave that the Gillette Tech did. So in the 70s, for their production in Mexico, they changed the design around a little bit. What they did is they made like a crease in the center of the top cap, and you see the tabs on both sides. There's no bar in the middle anymore. So I'm going to use a Gillette Nosset, or I really don't know how to pronounce it, but basically it's a Gillette blade. It sits in the middle without the bar. The bottom plate, you see, has these two divots on both ends. The center is going to press down into the middle of the blade, and will put pressure on the middle of the blade, and that blade is going to fall once again into the center. It's going to curve both ends down. They used an aluminum handle, and the aluminum handles, unlike the brass handles, they didn't have to be chromed or coated and everything else. They could be made of solid aluminum, and there the pressure is put in the middle of the blade, curves the angle of both blades down, but you still have it, the completely flush blade with a small downturn to give yourself an excellent shave. So let's go on from here. So I'm going to use my Taylor of Old Bond Street shave stick. Use my old ever ready shaving brush. Paint against the grain at the end. I love this Taylor of Old Bond Street shaving stick. I didn't think I was going to like it, but so now we're going to do the regular down pass. My beard goes this way, so that's the way I'm going to go down. Now, people say that this is a mild razor, but it is so efficient. You can hear the feedback. And with a nice sharp blade, the first pass is close, but it's also extremely comfortable. No irritation. On the directions to the old Gillette Tech, they talked about what has become to be known now as the Gillette slide, which on the second pass I'll do. In many shaving videos, people do the first pass straight down, the second pass straight across, and the last pass straight up. The fact is, my beard goes this way, so my first pass is this way. My against the grain pass is actually this way. But instead of going like this, I can do a Gillette slide. What a Gillette slide is you place the blade horizontal and then go down in a diagonal Now if you do too steep of a Gillette slide, you'll end up slicing your face. But what it does is it does the same thing that a slant razor does. It more or less slices the beard. So I'll just go down like regular. This would be across the grain for me. And even under the chin, I could do a Gillette slide if I wanted to. And once again, very little pressure. Even with a Gillette Tech, very little pressure. Just enough to get the shaving cream off. Same thing for the other side. And I'll just do a few passes. It's really not needed. The slickness on this Taylor Bond Street soap is excellent, so. Then the final pass. So once again, since my beard is going this way, against the grain is going to be like this. So let's check for pickups. Under the neck is usually where you have hairs that are growing in different directions. And today I have no pickups, probably because it's a brand new blade and a very sharp blade. Good protection on the. So let's do the witch hazel with alcohol. See if there's any irritation here. None. No irritation. Baby bottom smooth shave. And we're going to end the deal with just a classic aftershave, a skin bracer. So that's it. Gillette Tech from south of the border. Excellent shave. Cheap shaver out.